Good morning. So yesterday we have seen the difference between microprocessor, microcontroller, and RISC and sys system. So basically, embedded system made up of microcontroller, and there are different types of microcontrollers used according to syllabus. According to application. So to say there are general purpose embedded systems, there are domain specific, then there are application specific, then programmable, they are called PLD devices, or ASIC, application specific. So depending on the application, the microcontroller have to be selected. Yes. So 8051 comes under the general purpose microcontroller. So this microcontroller can be used for any type of applications. You have to change some interfaces or IOs and programming. But there are domain specific, like microcontroller for automobile industry, microcontroller for chemical industry. So depending on the application or the domain or the category of the industry, you get microcontrollers. And very dominant from this is the automobile industry. But a word nowadays all the vehicles are digital. They are microcontroller digitals. So one domain is automobile, other domain is aeronautical. Yeah. One domain is aviation, civil aviation. Other domain is military. One domain is space. So depending on these domains, we get specific. One more area is image processing, where we call DSP processors or audio processors. So these are domains, audio video domain. So depending on domain, nowadays we get microcontroller which are useful for that. And there are some microcontrollers, they're application specific. So the microcontroller is an application specific, it is called ASIC, application specific integrated circuit. We get PLDs, programmable logic devices, where they are open type of devices, and then according to application, we can change the internal structure of those devices. Today we'll quickly go through ASCII and PLD type. I'll be sharing my screen just a moment. The screen visible?
No, sir.
Loading. Now?
Now it is
Yes,
visible.
sir. Now it is visible.
Yeah. Previously, ASIC, application specific integrated circuit. So using this technology, they build microcontroller. Based on the design, methodology, flexibility, the applications are the different devices. One is standard IC, the 8051, which we have studied in this syllabus, is an standard IC. Other type is application specific integrated circuit. And application specific standard protocols. What are ASSP? Now for your communication purpose, LAN, WAN, IP, and all we call. So they follow some specific standards of communication, IEEE standard, yeah, or IEEE standards. So there are many standards for such communication work or for industry also. So they are application specific standard products. So ASIC is a non-standard integrated circuit designed for specific user application. So these ASIC cannot be used for any other application. If they are designed for some application, say for temperature control, they'll be only for pressure control or for automobile industry. So they become domain specific and also application specific. In domain also, there are different varieties. If we say in domain automobile, so Tata Motor will have their own application, Maruti will have their own application, Mercedes will have their own application. So IC designed for Mercedes, it is application specific, coming under the domain automobile. Yeah. So you understood the difference between domain specific and application specific? Was this clear to you all? Yes? So these ASIC application specific, they're costly because they're designed specifically for their application. And there's a limited market for this. Now, automobile is a big market for worldwide use. But if you go to military application, every country have their own standard. If an IC is designed for military application in India, it will be only for Indian market. So it becomes a little limited market, not a world market. So application specifics, some examples are like Intel CPU, your i5, i7 microprocessor, microcontroller, Bitcoin. You might have heard of Bitcoin is very famous nowadays. So Bitcoin is an ASIC application-based integrated circuit. So there are two methods of this thing, designing of ASIC: semi-custom and fully custom. So semi-custom are itself divided into few groups. The classification is accordingly over here. Semi-customs are where they are a little general purpose. They can be used for any application. A custom is only for that specific application. So semi-custom automobile sector will come under semi-custom. And in automobile, if you see Tata Motors, Maruti, Mercedes, Audi, they come under fully custom ACS. Semi-custom come under domain specific. Fully custom is specific to that industry. So semi-custom, there was standard cell-based ASIC, gate array-based ASIC, and programmable ASIC. And in programmable, we have got PLDs and FPGA. You might have heard word FPGA, field programmable array, gate array. The gate array means they are array made up of logical gates, and or nor, X nor, not. We have studied all this last semester in digital electronics. So you make an array of these gates, and then you program those gates according to your application. So these are gate array SAC. But in customized, again they are made of arrays and all, but they are built specifically for that. So if you take a gate array based semi-custom DSA, then you can program it for, say, for Maruti, Tata Motors, or Mercedes. So they are programmable. They can be changed according to application. But custom SAC, you cannot use for any other one. So they are factory made. Custom build SAC are factory made. Semi-customs are where the customer can use it for the application. Yeah, was it all clear to you? Shall I proceed? Any
Yes, sir.
doubts? Even? Hello? Why are you able to hear me or no? No one is answering my questions.
Yes, sir. आवाज येत आहे.
Yes, sir.
येतो.
Yes, sir.
हो का नाही म्हणा ना. Because there are almost 19 in the lecture today. So proceeding ahead. Again, the same, again, not repeated. So again, classification. So those are types in classification: custom build ASIC, programmable ASIC, then semi-custom ASIC, and they are again classified same. Again, standard cell are channeled, channelless in gate array, standard cell, and macro cell. We will not go into detail everything. We'll just see general of ASIC and PLD, programmable logic device, because they are in the syllabus. And if you are really interested, you can do more further reading from the net. So this is classification of ASIC. The fully custom means the customer gives his requirement of the controller, and the manufacturers make specifically exclusive for them. So when it is needed, when no suitable libraries are existing, libraries are standard files made by others where you can use in an application. So if such standard libraries are available, then you can go for fully custom. The available pre-design cells consume more power than allowed. Means if the standard available microcontrollers are not suitable for application, then you have to go for custom application. Area of available cell is too large, you want to reduce size, make it specific, say for a handheld device like a mobile, then you have to go for custom build. So the microcontroller used in mobiles are custom built ASIC. So you cannot use a microcontroller of Samsung to an iPhone, or an iPhone mobile to an Samsung. You cannot use it. It was just specifically for that industry only. So, but the domain is mobile domain, and customer specific is Samsung, iPhone, and all this. So this you have to relate it this way. They're following advantage in manufacturing in cheapest because they're small area. So this is mass production, fully custom. One or two pieces they produce in thousands and hundreds and offer high speed. Disadvantage, increased complexity, increased design time, higher in cost, higher risk. But this over a period of time, these disadvantages are covered by proper design. The design flow of a fully custom layout is this way. This is just a given example. You may not understand because you have to understand all the details of PLD. And so for these, we use VHLD. You know VHLD or Verilog programming. Have you heard of these words?
No, sir.
So these are very different technical programming languages which are used to program such ICs, PLDs, gate array, ASIC. So if you have to program this to your application, you need to do VHLD, very high definition logic designing it is called, or Verilog. We have specific softwares for programming these custom build ICs. They also called as PLAs, PALs, programming array logics. So to understand this, we have to know those VHLD and Verilog. But just see this: create flow data plan, sketch stick diagram, add geometry, and draw IC layout. So this down is the IC layout, and others are the over. So see, the first is what is a general FET input gate. Then you convert it into a gate format, and then you make a complete circuit. So this way, designing of custom build ICs are done. What is semi-custom? Semi-custom are like open source hardware. So that hardware is domain specific, but according to your application, you have to program it using these things. I don't know, VHLD and Verilog. There are many different softwares available. So you have to use those specific software to convert this semi-custom ASC or PLDs into your application. So what they are found as standard cell library. Standard cell libraries. So what are standard cell libraries? These. This thing. You see these black dots. These are standard cell libraries. Mega cell microcontroller, for example, mega cell means a micro. Fully custom blocks, system level macros, function standard blocks, and cores. So these are the building blocks of a semi-custom. And then depending on application, you have to program this at one level. So what a programmable as ASCS, they can be programmed in a hardware level being manufactured. Some examples are PLD, low density device, having 1K to 10K gates only. And FPGA are again programmable ASCIIs, but they are high level. Examples of PLDs are ROM, PROM, EEPROM. You might have heard all this. So when you program a ROM, it is nothing but changing its configuration hardware. Yes. So FPG are very commonly used in custom application. So comparative PLG are much larger and used for complex application. So this is a general block diagram of an FPGA. So these are logical blocks shown in white and interconnection switches in blue. See now, this is gate 1, say gate 1, gate 2, gate 3. I want to connect gate 1 to gate 2. So this between blue block, these are called fusible interconnections. So these are like small fuses. So if I want, I connect this fuse. For example, I don't want connection between second logical block to third logical. So this center one, I unfuse it. So by programming, I disable it. It is enabling and disabling. So there will be no connection between the second block and the third block. And I enable this first block and second block. So these all white square logical blocks are interconnected using this interconnection switches are called as fuses. So whichever, so this might be AND, NOR, NOT. So whatever connection you want, I just enable and disable these blue blocks. And then I create your application. So this is architecture of FPGA. So to enable and disable these interconnections, you have to use VHLD or Verilog programming techniques. They specialized programming techniques. Yes, hope so you have understood what is an FPGA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and these notes I have just now uploaded on MS Team files. After the class, I'll upload it in the group also. Some features of page. For regular array of programmable inside the FPGA, implement combinational or sequential logic. So you can have sequential logic and have combination. Then matrix of programmable collected around basic logic. So if you see, this is in a matrix form, rows and columns. So these are interconnections. Programmable cells surround the core. So this can be one cell. You can say this block can be one cell. You can have like this many cells around the ALU. The core is nothing but the ALU. A method of programming the basic cells and interconnection is used. So programming method here, so for AP they use VHLD, Verilog. Then are the major software. There is no customized mask layer. Mask layer is to protection. So you have to do pressure. It is designed around in few hours. So in few hours, you can develop your own customized programmable logic arrays or FPGA. What are the deciding factor to use FPGA or no? It can be speed. Depending if you want more speed, you can go for FPGA. Data stream, how much data you want to be used in an application. Gate density. So gate density depend upon whether to use PLDs or FPGA or plus development time. If you want fast development, then you can go for FPGA. If you have a lot of development time, you can go for custom built ASIC. Prototyping simulation, manufacturing lead time. What is lead time? What do you mean by lead time? Do you know what do you mean by lead time? Lead time is how much time you have got in hand in advance to manufacture or to sell it or to market it. So that is called lead time. How much time you have in hand, whether or not future modification is needed. If you don't need any future modification, you can go to custom build. If you want any future modification, you can go to semi or FPGA type. Inventory risk, how much money you have in development, can you afford development, and basically cost. So this is a few things of SCIC. Any problem in this? You can ask me now, students. No doubts?
No, sir.
And I'll move to the next topic. Are in the lecture now. Can you all see my screen? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So we just go quickly what is PLDs, programmable logic devices. As an indicates, here there will be all logic gates and or nor, XNOR, not, all those gates that you have studied in digital electronics. So here you can program them means you can configure them as per the application. PLD integrated they contain AND gates, other gates or OR gates. So there are combination of these. You can get PLDs only of AND gates. You can get PLDs only of OR gates. You can get PLDs of combination of AND and OR together. Yes. So there are based on type of arrays, programmable read-only memory, ROM that we have studied, programmable array logics that is called PAL, PL, and programmable logic arrays. Yes, we'll see what are these in the programmable read-only memory or ROM, whatever you call it. See, if you see the block diagram, you'll have a clear idea of it. So inputs, fixed AND array, and programmable OR array, and you get M outputs. So these are read-only memory. So this is the block diagram. So why programmable? Then these connections between AND and OR gate, this lines is shown in between. Hereby program you can enable and disable them. Programmatically you can enable and disable this connection between this and OR. Now say this AND gate has now say 3 inputs. I want only 2. The third input you can disable through programming. Now they are showing 4 output, 3 outputs here, M outputs. I want only 1 output. So 2 outputs you can just a minute. Hello. So these inputs, outputs, and the interconnection between them, they can be programmed using software. You can enable and disable the inputs depending on an application, outputs, and the interconnection. So this is programmable read-only memory. You see an example of this. Okay, this is see here. So there is a Boolean expression. We'll not go into that. And then we use 3 to 8 decoder. So these cross marks are enabled using programming. Cross mark means they're connected. Now, which is not connecting, so in the software or the programming, we disable these junctions. So cross marks are enabling and there is nothing disabling. It is a SOMmer 3 to 8 decoder which we have studied. It has got 3 inputs and only 2 outputs. So out of these 8 outputs, M outputs from the decoder, we are taking only 2 outputs, and which are ORing. So this way, using this programming, you can change the configuration of this combination logics. Yes. Next is programmable array logic, PAL. Again, it is the same type, but they are formed in an array. See, it is same thing, but the method of programming is different. See here. So this is AND, this is OR. So the input side, you're doing programming, where in previous you're doing and the output side. So depending upon your Boolean expression or your truth table, you have to program this. So cross is this enabled, and which are not cross, they're disabled. So in programming, you have to enable and disable this. So there are again 3 input and 2 output. Same previous diagram is implemented with using decoder. Using only AND gate and OR gate. Yes? Was this clear to you all, students?
Yes, sir.
Third type is programmable logic array. It was previously programmable array logic. Only the words are different. Again, if you see, the block diagram is same, but how do they differ? So here, programming is done on both, on the input side as well as the output side. So this is PLAS, previously it was PALS, and first was PROM. Just see the difference. These figures give you the clear difference of this. So in PLS, you do programming at the input or interconnection and you get the output. In PL, you do program only input side. Here you do program the both side. While structure wise, all these 3 are same, but the method of programming, how to configure the input and output, they differ. Yes? Hope this is all clear to you. Any doubts in this? You can ask me now. No doubts? So these notes I have uploaded in the MS Team file section and also on the group file after this lecture. I'll post it on the group and download and read. So this last unit is just as the information. What is there in the current technology? What is the new? What are the developments in microcontroller embedded system? No doubts? Shall we stop?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Just a minute. We'll be opening on some. I'm opening the manual which you have to submit for submission, embedded system manual. Just a few seconds. Yeah, it's open. Yeah. Can you see? Yes? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. After this lecture, I'll post it on the group and I'll upload it on the MS Team file system also. So this is the first page. You have to write the name, class, your which batch T1 to T2 batch. You have to change this 21, 22, your roll number, and a subject name. This much you have to fill on your own. The next is the index. Yes, you have to write the. There are 8 experiments in this file now. You have to write the title of the experiment here. Number all the pages. Yes, and remarks which we write and give page number. Now dates, you can give whatever dates as whenever there's in your timetable. You can put any dates, there is nothing. Here top, fill the subject name, date of performance, 8 experiments. Then here, you have to write your name, your roll number, then your class which is there. And this you don't write anything here. Attendance will write it. And we rest everything for a signature. So we will have offline for this. Then experiment number 1. Add program based various addressing modes. Then there's theory I explained, different addressing modes, some diagrams. Okay, see them all the same. See this lab manual, it will be helpful for your theory exam and your exam practical exam. You'll be having practical oral exam for this subject. So read these manuals also very properly. It will be helpful for your theory exam also, for an NSEM exam. All 5 addressing modes I explained. Then what is assembler directive? This all we have explained you. And this is the actual coding for the different addressing modes. See this, what I've written label, operand code, comments and remarks. Just go all through this. From the comments you'll come to know what the instruction is going to do. And experiment 2, addition, subtraction. So coding for addition, 8-bit, add 2 numbers, subtract 2 numbers, multiply 2 numbers, as well as I have given coding in C also. So this coding is in assembly language and this coding is in C. So if you do this, if you try all this on your own at home, you will become very expert in this. Yes. Experiment 3, program based on logical and or rotate and all. Same thing again here. I've given programming in assembly, all or XNOR and AND. And then rotate, right, rotate live, rotate through carry, without carry. All examples I've given here. And I've given also C examples. Let's go through them. If you want to make your career in IT industry, try out all these experiments on your own. Yeah. Fourth one again. Introduce delay using timer counter in assembly and embedded C. I've given the theory, how to calculate the timer values. I've given an example over here and the coding in assembly as well as C. Then program to on off LEDs using interrupt. So in the theory of it. Now see this circuit diagram. Next one, number 4. Now this you have to draw by your hand and paste the screenshot over here. Do not copy my diagram. This diagram you have to not to copy. You have to keep in the journal. This diagram you draw by your hand, take the screenshot of it or a photo of it and paste it over here. Remove this and put here. Yes. Rest all keep it as it is. Experiment number 5. Experiment number 6 is parallel generation we have seen. So don't draw this, only draw that thing. So again in assembly as well as C. Both languages are given program. For triangular wave, I've given output also, how you can see. First auto. 3 types of waveforms are given. I'm going a little fast. Running out. The number 7 is stepper motor interface using Arduino. So I've given this diagram here, interface diagram. Again the program. This will be helpful for your mini projects and final projects next year. So understand this program very well. Okay, so this is Arduino programming. This is all Arduino programming. The last experiment is experiment number 8, traffic light control using Raspberry Pi embedded Python. This is the Raspberry Pi board green, and this is the connections can do in breadboard, and this is the Python code. Yes. So this was all of the lab manual. So after this lecture, I'll be posting it on the group and on the MS Team files. So now before stopping, just 1 or 2 minutes I want to talk about seminars. Have you read the post which I put on the group? How to select the seminar topic?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You should take the seminar of topics which are not in your syllabus. What are in the syllabus you're going to study? The seminar is for you to learn something beyond syllabus or out of the box. So I've given many topics. So you can take up topics like AI, or this thing, machine learning, IoT, robotics, yeah, RPA. So try to find out new technologies, new what is development is going on, and take topic on that. You can take any space mission, Chandrayaan mission, then your Mars mission, how instrumentation is used in that. So we want a presentation of not more than 10 minutes. It should have 10 slides, 10 to 15 slides. Per slide, 1 minute. And it is an individual seminar. It is not a group wise. To make a PPT of 10 slides and you have to make a project report. The report format I have posted it on the group. Download from there, write everything. Okay with you all?
So, sir, For the PPT, which we have to do the 10-15 slides, it's about just the like a smaller summary of the project report, right? In a project report, we have a lot of things to write.
So project report should be little elaborated, and PPT should be like short summary of your presentation, of your report, sorry. Okay, so cover the main points, and PPT should contain more of figures and diagrams and photos and less text. You have to explain the text by and more.
So when shall we subject the project report like PPT we have for Wednesday, Thursday, and what about project report?
As soon as, at the earliest, you have to submit. Yes.
Okay.
So-
Sir, project report should be in Word form.
Word or PDF, any.
Yes, sir.
Report should be PDF in Word or PDF, PPT in PowerPoint. Yes. So be in touch with their guides. They'll tell you more details. Yeah. Quickly give me attendance. Vaishnavi, Manjit, Sahil, Trinidhi.
Present, sir.
Okay. Manoj, Vikan Bachifray, Abhishek Bachifray,
Present, sir.
Sarang, Vishant,
Present, sir.
right? Akanksha.
Present, sir.
Okay. Abhishek Dhandwal, Prathamesh, Anupam,
Present, sir.
Aditya Durga Purohit, Faraz, Ganesh, Krishna, Gandaraj, Megha.
Present, sir.
Okay. Sitija,
Present, sir.
Pooja,
Present, sir.
Pratham,
Present, sir.
Ajay, Rohit, Kiran,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Omkar, Sanskruti,
Present, sir.
Kashi,
Present, sir.
Gaurav, Bharat, Prajwal, Ritesh, Vivek,
Present, sir.
Rishi, Nayan, Rahul, Mahesh, Shashank,
Present, sir.
Shikshite, Shubham,
Present, sir.
Bhai,
Present, sir.
Siddesh,
Sir, Srishal present.
Siddesh, Shikesh,
Present, sir.
Aditya, sorry, Aditya Sonone,
Sir,
Neeraj,
Dheeraj present.
yes, present. Syed, Vijayan, Aniket, Priyanka Thorat, Sachin, Kshitij, Yash, Jayesh, Priyanka Vasnik, Nilesh, Pankaj, Priya, Darshan, Saurabh, Gajanan, Tuja,
Present, sir.
okay. Swapnil, Mayuri, Sonam,
Present, sir.
Raj, anyone remaining? Give attendance.
सर गणराज ग्रुप पर सर
कौन? गणराज. एक मिनट. ओके, अजून कोण? Anyone remaining? Till bye bye, take care. We'll meet tomorrow in the lecture again. Good day.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I've selected the topic of seminar, and I've prepared the abstract. So